Hey everyone, welcome to Stocky Talky. So I just got done listening to Tesla's earnings call, going over the earnings. But before I get into everything, please like and subscribe to the channel because I try to make these daily. So diving in here, look, Tesla beats on earnings and revenue, says supply chain issues were the main limiting factor. So when earnings first came out around like 410, we were down like 3.5% after hours, right? Which is insane that outlook for 2022 can weigh down numbers like these, right? So earnings, EPS, 252 versus 236 per share expected by analysts. Revenue, 17.72 billion versus 16.57 billion expected by analysts. Revenue rose 65% year over year in the quarter, while automotive revenue totaled 15.97 billion, up 71%. Okay? A 27.4% gross margin compared with 26.6% in the previous quarter. Our own factories have been running below capacity for several quarters as supply chain became the main limiting factor, which is likely to continue through 2022. The company said in a shareholder deck. So, guys, think about this. One of the biggest factors everyone's caught up on with these earnings and outlook is supply chain issues. Yet, they're still delivering massive beats, guys. I have notes here from the earnings call being first note is beat EPS and revenue, right? So, they did that handily. But I'll get into these notes after. So you can see Tesla on the day is up 2%. Now, one thing that weighed down the entire market as a whole was the Fed announcement today. I think the market was pricing in a rate hike. Unfortunately, we didn't get that and brought all the stocks down. So this is from the earnings call. Tesla, for now, is brushing off the $25,000 car. Not brushing it off, probably working on it, but not putting as much effort into that. One thing Elon said on the call that was really bullish for me, right, with regard to deliveries, was they could have a 50% increase in car deliveries without Berlin and Texas, right? So 1.4 million cars delivered next year without Berlin and Texas up. That was crazy to me. Elon is extremely bullish on full self-driving and says like that is like one of their main focuses right now. He's super confident in it being better than a human driver. Another thing was Cybertruck is for sure not going to be good until 2023, and he's looking at 250,000 per year when released, the amount of cars delivered. They're having trouble keeping the expenses down on that while making it a fun car. So I'm going to actually go to this quick. Elon, been driving latest Cybertruck prototype around Giga, Texas. It's awesome. So if you go here, I'll put this video on the full screen. You can see this came out a couple days ago, but it is a look at the Cybertruck, and you can see there are no handles on it. It still looks amazing. Look at that thing. Can you imagine when that thing is driving around the streets that you're on? It literally looks like a sci-fi Halo video game car, right? So, yeah, that has been circulating. Elon's ripping around that at the Austin factory. Just really cool to see that. Another thing is Elon was talking about how important the Optimus humanoid robot is and how that is bigger than any of the automotive industry they're trying to break into right now. Like this Tesla robot is the future, right? He was just basically saying how big this thing could be and how game-changing this could be for the entire world. And he was talking about how their best way to kind of get it going is using it within Tesla factories as it becomes more user-friendly, using it to move parts around, and that's kind of the way they would break it in and test its abilities. So that was super exciting. He is extremely bullish on this robot. So if you just think about this, a Tesla robot that's going to change the world, full self-driving cars, right? And basically putting solar shingles on all the houses in the world that can afford it. Just think about like what this company is going to affect within the next 5 to 10 years, guys. I mean, how can you not be happy with putting your money in a company with this much potential growth and their ability to retain money off of projects that would cost most companies like an arm and a leg? Like any of these old auto companies, they lose money on like every car they sell, like GM, right? So I just, their ability to cut costs and keep quality products out there is just amazing to me. So another thing is 4680 cells will be used in Austin and delivered this quarter. And another huge announcement was new gigafactories are being discussed and will probably be announced by the end of the year. So Tesla insurance as well is available in 5 states, and they want it to be available to 80% of their customers by the end of the year. And they also possibly want to break into the Europe market as well by the end of the year. So guys, just incredible earnings, a crazy outlook on the future of what you're putting your money in here, right? So when I say buy under 1,000, look, under 1,000. Remember, guys, this isn't financial advice. This is just me running my brain here, thinking about what you're getting with regard to future growth. And that's another huge issue that most people, and this is why I say 80% of people should just put their money in index funds and turn their heads the other way, right? Because they can't understand that Tesla isn't just an auto manufacturer, automaker, right? They can't wrap their head around the fact they're making robots that are going to be doing insane tasks, changing the world. They can't picture cars literally being able to drive themselves around. They just can't. People can't differentiate that, and that is one thing that's multiple things. That's multiple reasons to be extremely bullish on this company. Buy dips, hold it. Don't panic when there's overall market negativity. Just enjoy the ride. And guys, overall, crazy, beautiful earnings and I'm excited for the future. Okay, so one thing I want to go into is outlook here. Volume. We plan to grow our manufacturing capacity as quickly as possible over a multi-year horizon. We expect to achieve 50% average annual growth in vehicle deliveries. Now remember, back in my notes here, they said they could do that without Texas or Berlin. So this is just nuts. The rate of growth will depend on our equipment capacity, operational efficiency, and the capacity and stability of the supply chain. Our own factories have been running below capacity for several quarters as supply chain became the main limiting factor, which is likely to continue through 2022. And this is, I just want to make this very clear to everyone. Supply chains affected these numbers. Can you imagine what they would have put out if there was no supply chain issues? We have sufficient liquidity to fund our product roadmap, long-term capacity expansions, plans, and other expenses. So that's cash. While we continue to execute on innovations to reduce the cost of manufacturing and operations over time, we expect our hardware-related profits to be accompanied with an acceleration of software-related profits. Another thing I want to say, guys, is remember in 2020 when Elon was talking about the brink of bankruptcy? Now look at what's happening. We're talking about robots, fully self-driving cars. Like, this is just amazing product. Okay, product. The pace of production ramps in Austin and Berlin will be influenced by the successful introduction of many new product and manufacturing technologies in new locations, ongoing supply chain related challenges, and regional permitting. We are making progress on the industrialization of Cybertruck, which is currently planned for Austin production subsequent to Model Y. Okay, so my wrap up. Beautiful earnings. Super happy with all the information coming out. Happy with the call. Great look into the future. You can see we're still below that 20-day moving average. However, the RSI is pointing up now, right? And again, we are bouncing off this golden pocket area nicely. kind of having higher lows now, right? So that doesn't mean that we're out of the woods yet. We could still have this stock come back down, retest this previous support, even with those earnings, guys. I mean, like, those earnings, those numbers are big boy numbers, okay? And it's not even just those earnings. Like, if you listen to the call, the things that this company is going to be doing in the future, we might have some volatility in the market for a while. I think tomorrow, now guys, I can be wrong, okay? I'm just predicting tomorrow Tesla is going to be green. Just a prediction. It could just as easily be red, but I'm thinking we might have some green in Tesla tomorrow. I mean, guys, they came out here. So look at the volume here. I'll get into the volume right here. A good chunk, like a lot of volume around here, around the 920, 900 range, right? Right around this golden pocket. So hopefully that acts as support, but it could break down and test this previous support of like the 880 range, right? We've been down to 850. So this trend line here has acted like major support since like March 2020. Again, guys, I don't know how much I can say this. Super bullish on Tesla. Again, middle of the road price 1600, bull case 2000 for this year. And guys, I mean, I don't know how you can't be excited putting your money in this company. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let's make some money. Let's make some fat stacks.